Welcome, Bronco Nation. We are living right now in one of the great booms of Boise State coverage that has ever existed at this school. Sure, Boise State has had a great job of getting their content out nationally, of drawing in national headlines, of appearing on Sports Illustrated and other national tabloids. They've done a great job of being covered nationally and locally through regional, established news sources. But right now, we are living in the boom of Boise State YouTube coverage. There is more Boise State coverage out there than at any other time in school history, and it couldn't come at a better time with Boise State set with this coming season to perhaps take their place, their rightful place again at the top of the national center of the spotlight with an incredible season ahead, with some incredible matchups on the table and a very exciting roster which promises to put together potentially one of the most exciting Boise State seasons since the golden era, the 2009 through 11 era of Boise State football. So there are some great channels out there that I want to tell you about. This is a infomercial for Boise State fans. This is purely for the Boise State community. I'm not profiting off of this at all. I have monetization is turned off on this video. This is for you, Bronco Nation. This is the video that when I started making my channel, I wanted to make videos that I would want to watch. And this is a video that I would have loved to have had available when I started YouTube, when I started getting into the YouTube game, before I was even into the YouTube game, when I was just a fan wanting to absorb more and more Boise State content. So that this will help the Bronco Nation community find some of those great channels out there and give you information on some of those great channels out there that are covering Boise State at a high rate. When I started my channel back in 2020, there was only one Boise State focused channel, who we're going to talk about here in a second, and there weren't any Boise State focused YouTube talk shows or focus channels that were focused on analysis and projection. None of that existed, and that was the reason I started my channel, because I thought, well, if there's not any videos out there, maybe I can make them myself, and hey, at least I'll have fun watching them. But now there are so many new creators out there that are creating incredible Boise State content. So today we're going to go through each and every one of these guys. There's 5 channels out there that every Boise State fan should be a subscriber to. At any point in this video, make sure that you go and you subscribe. It's definitely at the end. Make sure you go and you subscribe to all of these channels that we're going to talk to you about today. As a Boise State fan, they are quintessential to your fan experience to be a part of their content. So make sure you go and subscribe to every single one of these platforms, every single one of these channels. I'll be putting the links to their channels in the description of the video. So starting it off with the OG, the only channel when I started my channel in 2020, the only one that actually existed at that point was Bronco Vision. Like I said, the OG, one of the greatest, not just one of but the greatest Boise State channel out there. You're not going to get analysis and discussion, and there's no need for it on this channel. It is dedicated purely to Boise State highlights. All the Boise State highlights that you can absorb, over 330 highlight videos that go all the way back to 2006 for Boise State football. Full seasons, every single win since 2006, categorized in in-depth highlight form. This is an exceptional Boise State channel. I'm sure that most people are familiar with. Over 3,350 subscribers and growing every day. This channel's been around since 2019. You can also find Bronco Vision on Twitter under the tag Boise Edits. So I'll show a photo of his Twitter as well. So make sure you go follow him on Twitter and follow all of these accounts on their Twitter as well. But just the best content for Boise State fans. Just pure, raw Boise State footage. And it's been edited down a little bit so that you're not having to sit through the whole game and all the timeouts. It's just the highlights, just the top moments from every Boise State win. Going back to 2006 for football. He also recently started doing men's basketball as well. I think the last couple of years that started happening. So great Boise State basketball coverage as well. Great, like I said, these are basically like 10-minute games. It's every highlight, every moment from both the Boise State side and the opposing side. Just a summary of the game in a quick highlight footage reel. And I look forward to, once the game ends, one of the things I look forward to the most is Bronco Vision's highlight reels. I watch them on a loop. I am so excited about this channel and about being able to promote this channel. And again, I'm not officially associated with any of these guys. Just as a fan of Boise State and a fan of Boise State coverage, you need to be subscribed to these guys, and I definitely am. Bronco Vision, like I said, all the way back to 2006, then even some select games previous to 2006 as well, also on his channel. So the OG, a resource that no Boise State fan can be without. Make sure that you go and subscribe to Bronco Vision's channel. The next one And it almost seems, with how big this channel is, this brand is, it almost seems like an insult to them to include them in a Boise State YouTuber highlight, because there's so much more than that. But they do have a YouTube essence, and it's one that they're trying to continue to build and promote. So we're going to add them in here. And of course, it's Bronco Nation News. Bronco Nation News is the best in Boise State coverage that any Boise State fan could find out there. We are so, as a fan base, we are so incredibly blessed to have a resource like Bronco Nation News to giving in-depth discussion of all Boise State athletics, highlights, analysis, projections of every single Boise State sports. They have special guests come on. We're going to talk about that in a second. They are just the number one resource. They have a YouTube element that they are almost at 5,000 subscribers on. They're on a quest of 5,000. As of this video, 4,650. So subscribe today. They are climbing and cruising towards that 5,000 goal. But they are the resource for Boise State fans when it comes to all of Boise State athletics. Of course, primary coverage of the flagship programs of Boise State football, the men's basketball program, and the football program. But they cover all of it. Started in 2021, so a year after my YouTube channel, but they hit the ground running. I mean, BJ Rains, he took over Bronco Nation News, and he has built that platform to the number one group of 5 coverage in the entire country. I mean, I don't think there's another group of 5 program that compares to what BJ Rains is doing with Bronco Nation News. There's other ones that have some good coverage, but BJ Rains, with his empire of Boise State coverage that he is building, you cannot be without it as a fan. Make sure that you subscribe to, which is free, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll get tons of great content in there. Like I said, you're going to get highlights, news, analysis, tons of live shows, interactive content where fans can comment in the comment section of the video, and he'll pull those comments up and they'll discuss them live. So great interactive element. So great pre-game and post-game analysis and reviews of both Boise State football and basketball. And then he has so many special shows. I mean, they have content coming out all the time, but they also have special segments where they have specialty shows. They have the Ball Talk show with Ball Game, John Mallory, and Mike Sanford, which is my favorite show in all of Boise State, college football, whatever. It's a great chemistry between the two of them. They're both so knowledgeable of the sports. Of course, Mike Sanford, former Boise State offensive coordinator for us, is going to be a guest on my show when we preview the Boise State offense. But just so knowledgeable between the two of them. I have learned so much about the sport of college football, about Boise State, just by watching these two guys. And it's such a great discussion anytime they come on. My absolute favorite thing. I love everything on Bronco Nation News, but I especially love the Ball Talk show. And then they have the Tyson Dagenhart show, which for the basketball guys out there, and Boise State basketball is on a huge rise right now, and Bronco Nation News is covering all of that. And then this is like a brand new show as of this month, like a few weeks ago, I believe, but the Riley and Ridd. So Riley Smith, former tight end for Boise State, and Kent Riddle. Together, they have their own show on Bronco Nation News. They have a few episodes out already. Recent episode coming out this week. So great content. That's not it. I mean, that doesn't even scratch the surface of what Bronco Nation News has. They have the live videos. They have recorded videos as well. All the press conferences, Boise State, or most of the press conferences, Boise State, live interviews or recorded interviews with coaches and with players. All of that goes on the channel. There's shorts. I mean, it is the greatest coverage source for any Boise State fan out there. It's full-time professional coverage of Boise State athletics, special guests, regular correspondents, part-time contributors. It is the absolute flagship of Boise State athletic coverage. You've got to be a member of Bronco Nation News. You've got to make sure that you subscribe. That's a paid subscription, but on their YouTube channel, which is free subscription, Bronco Nation News, you're going to get so much content, a deluge of content of every single element of Boise State athletic coverage that you would want is going to come through Bronco Nation News. So make sure that you are subscribed to Bronco Nation News. Absolutely incredible platform. Now, next here is another channel that came out right after mine, and another one of my favorites, Master Football with Jake Posey. Jake is such an incredible guy. I mean, that's my boy. I've gone on his channel several times. He's come on my channel. I love discussing Boise State football with him. He's a Boise State alumni. He lives right down the road from the stadium. You can check him up on Twitter. His channel was founded in 2021. Over 1,000 subscribers, 1.23 thousand subscribers, and growing every day. He's also got a secondary channel besides Master Football with Jake Posey. It's got a secondary channel, which is more focused on EA college sports, called Master Football Film Room, or MF Film Room. So make sure you check that out as well. Just incredible content from this guy. He puts in the work. I said that Bronco Vision, been around since 2018, right? They have 330 plus videos, like 336, something like that. My channel, been around since 2020, has 347 videos. Jake's channel has 556 videos. This guy, during the regular season, he's putting out like almost a video every day. I mean, this guy is like 4 or 5 videos a week. He puts in the work. Every video is just the highest level content. Great analysis, great breakdown of anything that has to do with college athletics. And he's not just Boise State. You're going to get great Boise State coverage from him, but it's not just Boise State. I mean, it's everything to do with college athletics. If there is any relevant news out there in the world of college football, he is going to put some kind of video out on it, whether it's conference expansion, whether it's rule changes, whether it's, investigations into, Michigan cheating or something like that. I mean, he is going to put out content on anything. And then if there's anything out there that in any way touches Boise State from a major level, he's also going to talk about that as well. And he talked about the Mountain West Championship game. And like I said, he's come on my channel several times. Every year we preview the schedule together and make our predictions off of that. He'll be coming on again this year to preview that with me. Every year we also preview the Boise State Bowl game. Just an absolutely awesome representation of the Boise State fandom, and somebody that you want to subscribe to. 100%, you're going to get great. It's going to greatly increase your awareness of the world of college football. Like I said, very, very in-depth. Does a great job of laying out the argument that's out there, or the news, and then putting it into perspective and giving his own analysis and projections to it. 100% a guy that you want to make sure that you're subscribed to. Fantastic college football in general, but also Boise State focused content, and a Boise State alum. All right, now we get to, like, all these guys that I've been putting out here. They've all been, 2018, 2021. Well, here's a channel that I only just I've been aware of all these other guys for a while. This is a channel that I only just came across. They found it in 2021, so they've been putting out stuff for a while, so it is no fault of their own that I did not find them before, but I found them recently, and they are one of my favorite channels in the Boise State world right now. It's the Takeover Sports Podcast. This guy does such an incredible job. You can find him on Twitter as well at the __ takeover. And he found his channel in 2021. I just recently came across it. Not a super high sub count yet, but he absolutely deserves it. This is a guy that we're going to get to 1,000 plus subscribers this year, because his stuff is absolutely amazing. His setup is so much better than mine. He's got professional mic and lighting equipment, like a couch for his guests. It's absolutely awesome. And talk about the content that this guy is producing. He is also a Boise State alumni. I believe he's a recent Boise State alumni. He just great coverage of athletics in general. I mean, he's got videos about NFL, NBA, college basketball, college football, but his Boise State videos are really unmatched. He does an incredible job of long-form interview discussions with Boise State players, current Boise State players coming on his channel. He's had Jonah Dalmas, James Ferguson Reynolds, Ashton Jeanty, Tyler Crow. Previously he'd had Taylor Green on. I mean, this is a guy that has the connections, and he has such a great presence about him. When he brings these guys on, it is such a casual, fun discussion. You can tell that they're fully comfortable and enjoying it just as much as he is, and you'll really reap the benefit of that. This is someone that you definitely want to subscribe to. Outstanding, incredible content, and another great representative of the Boise State YouTube community. All right, last but not least, and again, these are not necessarily ranked in order of best to worst. By no means. I mean, all these channels I hold in high esteem. They're just rated in when they came about, approximately. So, Shirts and Skins Podcast is the newest of the Boise State YouTube communities, but again, another one that I've launched full feed into recently and absolutely loved. You can find them on Twitter, Shirts Podcast. They were founded in 2023. So when I say that they were a new member, at least YouTube-wise, I believe some of these guys have had their content out on other podcast-type platforms, but at least from a YouTube, and that's my realm of understanding, is the YouTube world. At least YouTube-wise, they're new to the scene. But they do a great job. It's 3 guys, 3 Boise State alumni, 3, and it says in their bio that they're not just Boise State alumni, they're also childhood best friends. They're kind of like, the way I see them, I like to make comparisons to other things that I know, or that are in my in my realm of perspective. And so for me, they're like the Boise State GMM, like Boise State Good Mythical Morning. It's just three best friends talking about Boise State football, talking about, their childhood experiences and kind of bringing it all together. And just a really, really fun video content, really fun, very casual discussion, but with great insights as well. I mean, it's not just all jokes. They have some great takes. They say that they tell them hot takes. They have some great hot takes. They have some great analysis, great discussion, great humor, and really, really great special guests. That's kind of been something they've really been ticking up recently. They had John Mallory, then Austin Bolt also on, wide receiver for Boise State. They've had the local fans and businessmen, like recently, I think their most recent video was Travis B. Hawks was on there. Again, not a super high sub count yet, about 254 subscribers, but another one that deserves to get over 1,000 plus this season. Outstanding Boise State coverage. Again, long form videos, but very, very fun conversations that could go anywhere. I mean, these are three best friends talking about a sport they love, and these conversations, they can go anywhere, and they are an incredible ride to be part of. So make sure you subscribe to all of these channels. Every single one of them does an incredible job of creating great content for Boise State fans, but also just in general raising the profile of Boise State athletics. Every single one of them deserves your support just because of what they're doing, but when you look at the content that they're creating, the quality of that, you'll want to subscribe anyway. Again, links to all of these channels are in the descriptions. I'll also throw links to their Twitter. Make sure you also follow them on Twitter. Incredible channels, every single one of them doing a great job of creating content for Boise State fans. So make sure you like and subscribe to everyone. Let me know in the comments if I missed any Boise State channels. If I did, I'm absolutely heartbroken about it. I'm sorry. Again, some of these guys, like the Takeover Sports podcast, have been out for a while, and I just hadn't come across them. So I want to find more Boise State coverage. That's why, I even started getting into YouTube in the first place, because I was looking for Boise State coverage and looking for ways to consume more Boise State content, especially over the off season. So if I missed anybody, throw it in the comments. Let me know. I want to check them out. I want to subscribe, and make sure that you are subscribing to every single one of these guys. You can never get too much Boise State coverage. It's not a competition. YouTube is not a resource that's running out. You can watch as many of these guys' videos as you want to, and you should watch every single one of these guys and their thoughts, their individual unique thoughts and takes on Boise State football. Make sure you like, subscribe to every single one of these platforms. Thanks so much for being here today. And as always, go Big Blue!